Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. It's been like 2 weeks since I played this game. I got a streak? Playoffs! I just hope we can win a game. Okay, give me a second here. This is Tammy's Head, Toothpicks. Is that what these items are called? I'm just gonna go check and make sure my mic volume is not peaking like crazy. It looks pretty good. I'm just louder than normal, I suppose. B9KFBGE4. Toothpicks, which kind of looks like some caltrops or something there, and then we got Tammy's Head. I'm feeling optimistic, but also like I haven't played the game. It hasn't literally been 2 weeks. Oh my god. But it's been like at least 10 days, because I was away for a little while, and I had a huge backlog of this that made it so I had to record a bunch of Dark Souls, because, you know, Dark Souls 3, it's not a bad game at all. It's a fantastic game, and a worthy successor to the name. But after getting your shit pushed in like 1,000 times by the same boss or the same corridor, sometimes you're like, man, I don't want to record 4 more videos of this shit today, so you want to put on Isaac instead, you know? Let's take it. Let's get crazy here. Extended stat effect, the second hand. Can I be real with you? There's a tinted rock in that room, but I need a bomb. All this time, I thought second hand was like, oh, it's a second hand good. You know, like you bought something from Goodwill, a thrift shop, it's second hand. But then now I just realized, extended stat time, it's actually the second hand of a clock, isn't it? It's like my new for all intents and purposes, you know? Lots of people think that that's for all intensive purposes. It's not, it's for all intents and purposes. For all intensive purposes was what I thought it was for like 20 years as a kid. And by 20 years, I mean not 20 years, come on you guys. That's too much. PhD and hematemesis is actually very good. Assuming we can use hematemesis on a second secret room, that's lovely. I also, as a kid, it took me forever to realize that, you know, there's a couple different words you can use to describe a group of things or a plurality of things, people, sandwiches, whatever. You could say there's a couple, there's a few, there's many, you know, there's a handful of, etc., etc. For the longest time, I'm just going to use Pandora's box right now. For the longest time, at least until I was like 11 or 12, I thought that a couple was more than a few. And then my dad was like, what are you talking about, a couple? There's 3 things there. And I was like, yeah, you know, a couple, like a few. And then he's like, okay, your mother and I are a couple. How many of us are there? And I was like, oh shit. You've taken some logic classes in your life. You like that was a kill shot. You opened up the wrestling match of our rhetoric with a stone cold stunner. It's a finishing move. There's nowhere to go from there. You've gotten me. Roasted, toasted, burnt to a crisp. Anyway, this is all a roundabout way of saying I hate sauerkraut. This is our first floor, but it's an XL floor, which I just realized. Forgive me. I'm probably gonna, it's a speed upgrade at least, I'm probably gonna be a little sloppy. It's our first run in some time. Well, it's my first run in some time. You've probably been playing a little bit more regularly. I also want to point out, people are like, hey, what happened to 2 Isaac episodes a day? It's coming back. There's been stuff with Gungeon, basically, where Gungeon has been really popular and I've loved playing it, and it's the first game that kind of is in the same genre as Afterbirth and has the same caliber as Afterbirth, or at least close to it, depending on your perspective. And it's the new hotness. So I've been playing a lot of Gungeon and doing 2 episodes of that a day for a while. And then now we're pivoting back into some Dark Souls as well. Now that I'm back from travel, there's going to be like... Ooh, that was Hagalaz? We're going to be alternating like 2 episodes a day. Isaac, 2 episodes a day. Gungeon, 2 episodes a day. Dark Souls until we come up with a more permanent schedule. But I understand that if you are a big fan of Isaac, it might have seemed like there's a little bit less... you know, for the first time ever. So we buy this for 15 cents and then hope that we can get a Humbling Bundle. If we can't, we can't. But I kind of like the idea of getting an early Steam sale instead of Humbling Bundle in this situation. Instead of humana. Just because it gives us more purchasing power in the future. But it's very plausible that as a result of that, I will not have the power necessary to purchase a Humbling Bundle, which is... that was bad. You know, now that I think about it, Humbling Bundle is probably the consensus choice there, obviously, because it probably gives you more than enough money per floor to not have to worry about paying double for any items, but whatever. We've already made our bed, it's time to lie in it. Let's take my Shadow, which is, as far as I'm concerned, a pretty bad Deal with the Devil item, not an item I'm thrilled to be paying for. Tears Up is great, though. But it does give us precedence, and that's worth something. Without Petrified Poop, there's like no chance that we get enough here to buy anything. Or sorry, well, yeah, basically to buy anything. I think we're gonna do this, and then maybe we'll be able to eke out 7 cents here. And we did, which is exceptional. So if we're being smart, we should then leave, come back, grab 2 cents, buy the double key. And okay, we made it work, but I will admit that we probably should have done it in reverse order, because it's much more important to make sure that you actually get the Humbling Bundle than the Steam sale. But again, cut me some slack. I'm probably going to be a little sloppy here as we get started. First run in a while. And it's not a Hearthstone arena, so I'm a little out of practice here. This is a funny story. When I was in my hometown, I wouldn't say I was bored. I was actually relishing the opportunity to not play the games that I normally play. I was like, I got time. Let's get into Hearthstone, because Magic the Gathering Online is fucking killing me here. $15 drafts going like, 0-3 consistently. Pulling high-value cards like, Mind Rack Demon is worth a fucking $1 or something. It's not worth it. At my level of shittiness, at least. Let's not do this first, because I want to see if we can get an actual amount of HP that allows us to get a deal with the devil. But anyway, so I started playing Hearthstone, and I had to buy my way. Look, I'm a bad Hearthstone player to start out with here. I did have one 7-2 arena, or 7-3 arena, I guess I should say, that I was very, very proud of. But I did have to buy my way into a few arenas this week. And then I was at the airport, and I tried to buy some chicken strips. Boarding's in 2 minutes. I can't have a full combo. A&W, just give me 3 chicken strips, I'll be on my way. And it says, sorry, sir, your credit card's been declined. I said, well, that doesn't seem right. It should be okay. It hasn't happened before. It's very embarrassing to be at the airport, try to buy 3 chicken strips. It already looks like you're trying to skip the, cost-prohibitive level of a full combo. They're like, this guy is just, that's all he can afford is the 3 chicken strips, which is classism. People were being classist towards anyway. And then I called the credit card company, and they're like, okay, we just need to verify a couple of purchases. We put a hold on your account because it seemed like there might have been some fraudulent activity. There's 4 $1.99 purchases from Blizzard, and I was like, that's me. And they're like, all right, sir, sorry, that was an accident. Didn't realize we were so shitty at Hearthstone. It's just, we've never had anybody so shitty at the game that they had to buy their way into 4 arenas in a week. Mostly, you can just grind for in-game gold, and then you don't have to, yeah, I know, okay, just take the hold off of the card so that I can actually, buy chicken strips without having to use my debit card. And I'm not getting any reward points, okay? As far as I'm concerned, you owe me 6.57 air miles. I don't know how air miles work. Anyway, that's my story of that. I was so bad at Hearthstone that it actually triggered my bank's anti-fraud warning, I guess, and then got me embarrassed at the airport. The end. And of course, that's a little bit misleading. It's not like it was... They were like, man, we've never seen someone so bad at Hearthstone. But they were probably like, you're in a new city and you're making a lot of small online purchases via this portal I've never heard of, but it's not in our system. It's only got 50 million players a month or something. Anyway, that's that. How's this run going so far? Honestly, it was getting a little dicey until that cancer pickup showed up, and then now we get half damage on the wound, but beyond that, we also have a Tears upgrade, and we have a bunch more HP as well. Whatever. Here's the thing. Hematemesis could actually end up being really good for us, but the strength card is probably more valuable. And moreover, I'm not going to, walk halfway across this floor and then halfway back to go pick up the Hematemesis pill after we use the strength card, if we use the strength card effectively. Oh, was there a better option? Or maybe I should have blah, 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 Well, now we reap the benefits of having the Steam sale. Unfortunately, I don't really want to urgently worry about buying anything in there. So I think I'm going to look for the secret room right here. It is not there. We're going to go fight our boss. We'll probably pop the strength card if we get a deal with the devil. That's really the only likely outcome there, I think. We can shoot all the poop, but, I mean, I've been away for a little while, but I haven't completely changed personality. I'm not going to be just going to shoot every poop when we already got Steam Sale, Humbling Bundle, and Head of the Keeper. I would like, this is obviously going to be worthless. This little Chad here is not going to be very good for us unless we get Dark Bum, but, well, we're not going to get Dark Bomb. But this is an okay time to get Lump of Coal. It's always an okay time to get Lump of Coal unless you urgently need some extra damage, like, as soon as possible. We could have gone Red Candle instead of Tammy's Head, but I actually, you know this if you've watched enough episodes. And by the way, you can never watch enough episodes. No, but you know this if you've watched a lot. I quite like Tammy's Head. The Head of the Keeper, or sorry, not Head of the Keeper, but Krampus's Head is good. Really good against bosses in particular, but I like the kind of incremental usage of Tammy's Head that you can get, and I think it synergizes really nicely with some cool tier effects. Really bad damage there. I should have seen that coming. I mean, it's a little bit unexpected because it comes in on a 45-degree angle from an enemy that you think should be dead, but this isn't my first rodeo here, so I don't really have a great excuse. One thing that's a little bit more on the intangible side of things, even though it has an actual, statistical marker associated with it that I'm lacking right now, is bombs. I would really like to get some more bombs so we could kind of like push our advantage here and, maybe get a magic mush or even a mini mush or something like that out of this. Because this run is absolutely 100% solid right now, but not much more than that. We got PhD, which would, again, really make blowing up these mushrooms probably pretty good, but we got a really nice tier rate, but apart from that, we're not blowing the doors off with respect to our damage, and I mean, Humbling Bundle Steam Sale is really good. Basically, I'm talking myself out of this right now. I was gonna say, we could really use a little bit of help, but to be honest with you, we're here at 10 minutes, few rooms into the 4th floor. That's relatively good. Not the best run we've ever had, but pretty solid. But I could be persuaded to re-roll it for sure. What do you got for me in here? Got a golden chest that was well worth it. Don't really think it's worth the Spirit Heart to get 2 bombs. I mean, once we get bombs, we should be getting them like fast and furious. You know what I mean here. Hopefully, we can pick some up on this shop. This would be a bad time to fight Greed, just because we have everything that we could possibly want from Greed, including enough purchasing power and also the item that he can give us. So yeah, this is much better to get something like the Black Candle, and then we'll buy a bomb, and we'll even buy a Spirit Heart, and we'll buy a pill because pills are good, and it's a health upgrade, so now we don't have to pop our strength card to get value out of a deal with the devil. Now, it was definitely not worth what I paid for it to get those red hearts, considering we have little Chad. That was a bit of a silly decision, a bit short-sighted on my part. But you know what? Life goes on. We're in the kind of situation where making one short-sighted decision like that is not really a big deal. I hope, at least. I hope it's not a big deal. That's kind of a big deal. That's more of a big deal morale-wise. It's like you might be at the Scripps National Spelling Bee. Is that another health upgrade? It is. And you might be favored to win. And it's probably not going to affect you, but if you don't like egg salad and that's the only sandwich they got available at the catered lunch, you're like, ah, shit, okay, well, I got to keep my brain energy high. Maybe I go walk across the street to Subway, but then it's like one of those Subways where you're like, hey, can I have the sweet onion chicken teriyaki? And they're like, we're out of sweet onion sauce. And you're like, you're out of sweet onion sauce? What are you doing? I will take the speedball here, of course. I think we'll just keep moving on here. As a picky eater as a kid, I can relate to that situation. I still don't like egg salad. And, that's... If you want to eat egg salad around me, that's no problem. We can still be friends. I think it is a stinky sandwich, but I'm not going to be like... I'm not going to shame you for your food of choice, If you want to eat an egg salad sandwich around me and not care about my feelings or my well-being, then, I guess it just says what you think about me as a friend. But anyway, sometimes I get questions from people that are like, how did you get over being a picky eater? And I was like picky of the picky, man. Like, I was at a friend's birthday party. This is an embarrassing story. I was young. I was like 11, maybe even 10. And we all went to like Burger King for dinner or something. And you're gonna laugh at that. We're fucking 10 years old. What do we know? We're not going to, Gordon Ramsay's Michelin-starred restaurant for a 10-year-old birthday party. Come on now. It's a working class town. Oh, man. They're the only enemies that hit me anymore. And I was like, yeah, I'll take a... Or we went to McDonald's and I was like, yeah, I'll take a Big Mac. Because all the other kids were getting Big Macs, and I was like, hell yeah, I want to be a Big Mac eater as well. And then I realized it had mayonnaise and lettuce on it, and was like, could you actually go back and get me something that's not a Big Mac? And she was pissed. Like, his mom was not very happy about it. Figured after we took damage there, we might as well walk across and get some extra money. So that's what we're talking about, is that as much as I'm embarrassed to even ask for that extra sandwich, I asked for it, man, because I was that picky. How I got over it was basically just in college. not having any food in our house on the regular. And that's not like due to being necessarily under the poverty line, although it can happen. Of course, it was more like laziness a lot of the time. You're like, we got, you know, an exam tomorrow. Can't grocery shop today. And then you just end up eating whatever's, you know, in the house there. So I was like, shit, man. There's this, like, Italian wedding soup in a can. I guess I'll eat that, eat it up, and you're like, this is pretty good. And eventually, that opened the door. And then, of course, you know, living overseas where I had no option to eat the stuff I was normally used to eating most of the time really helped out a great deal as well. You know, that's where you get the chance to eat, like, sundae, you know. It's a very delicate dish consisting of Korean rice noodles and also sausage in like a tomato sauce, kind of, but like a spicy tomato sauce. But the sausage is made out of a pig's blood. No big deal. And if you're watching this from Europe, you're probably like, that's I have for breakfast every day, man. You're entitled to. That is weird, though. That is weird. Stay away from me. You can have an egg salad sandwich rather than that shit. Okay, we're taking a little longer now, and admittedly, we haven't really gotten much stronger. Wish we had a bomb, but that's okay. We got a lot of HP on this floor, and that's a huge advantage, but apart from that, we lack in a little bit. But I've got faith that we can get it. Next floor, we got a pretty good chance at a deal with the devil. High apple pie in the sky. Hopes depths 1 at 15 minutes. Probably puts us in boss rush not being very likely sort of situation, but that's okay. You know, we can really use our strength card wherever we want at this point as well. Because we're not... that's not true. We might be able to get a deal with the devil that gives us the ability to exhaust all of our... I'm still sticking with the strength card. That gives us the ability to exhaust all of our red hearts, and then we'll be able to use the strength card on a future deal with the devil to get another free one. But we're probably coming close to the point where we'd rather just use our strength card to deal more damage against an enemy that's being kind of a dickhole. And that's pretty much where we are right now. I'm starting to lose patience a little. More HP, yeah, at this point, we got 83 cents. I have no reservations, Anthony Bourdain style, about our ability to get to 99, or at least a functional level that's close to 99, and just stay there. Doesn't bother me at all. I mean, we got 6 cents already on this room. We're 1/3 of the way done. Probably less than a third, technically, because these guys are spawning assholes nonstop. I would really like, if our damage isn't going to get better, much better, immediately, I'd really like to pick up 9 volt so that we can use Tammy's head multiple times per room. But also, like, a deal with the devil that actually provides us with a benefit would be nice. I'm not... Ooh, more health. I'm not trying to shit on... necessarily, at least. I'm not trying to shit on my shadow. It was a nice engine to get... Ooh, a luck upgrade. That's why we should keep picking up the pennies, I guess. It was a nice engine to pick up precedent, but apart from that, it's basically worthless. I'm not trying to shit on it, but it's garbage. I'm not trying to shit on it, but I'd almost rather have nothing. I'd definitely rather have the HP that I had, but, you know, I'm not trying to shit on it or anything, but it's an affront to the game. It actually makes me angry to look at it, and it's offensive, I think. And if you disagree with that, then you're wrong. I'm not trying to shit on it, but person that created this item is up there with history's greatest monsters, I would say. And I'm not talking about Dr. Frankenstein. Or his monster, also called Dr. Frankenstein. Okay. We're gonna go to the cursed room. We're probably gonna go to the mob trap room, because again, we got no chance of getting out of, getting into boss rush. Please. Please. It shouldn't take 40 hits there. Yes, okay. We'll take safety cap for more pills. I'm still happy with that room. Safety cap could be very big for us. Ugh. Our familiars stand closer to us. It's like they've never heard of that song by the Police, Please Don't Stand So Close to Me. The zombies can suck on my 30-inch penis. I'd like to have mom's knife show you what pain has meant. That dick doesn't rhyme with mint, but we tried. 48-hour energy. It's hot. It's hot ass garbage. All right. Keep moving in. We got 1 bomb here. I'm trying to save it for like a mushroom town, you know? I'm talking about a fungi metropolis here. 2 of clubs. There you go. Now we got 2 bombs. Obviously, that was not used optimally, but I'm not saying I'm feeling the crunch here. I'm not sailing either, but I'm not saying I'm feeling the crunch of time, but I kind of feel like, why wouldn't we try to speed this up a little bit? The faster we can get to that deal with the devil, the faster we may not have to deal with bullshit ever again on this run, hopefully. This is one of the very rare situations in which I would totally take Little Baggy, by the way. So if the game wants to get weird, then by all means, come get weird with me here, because I am prepared to get weird. Well, we're gonna be at like 20 minutes by the time we finish this, but a deal with the devil. I thought the day would never come. The bomb missed. The bomb missed. I thought the day would never come. Ooh, okay. Good, good, good. Tammy's head. Did a decent amount of damage. It's still our go-to. You're still our girl, Tammy's head. You're still our girl. And we got the mark, which is nice. And we got Brother Bobby, which I'm gonna take. And that's a real sign of desperation. That's some good shit right there. That's not good damage, though. Not at all. What makes you larger? How did I miss that? But also, why would I ever want it? Brother Bobby is not good, and that should be obvious, but I'm taking it regardless because of the fact that it's at least... Hey, let's put it this way. Our HP is really good right now. So I'm not going to be mad about it. I'll take Hive Mind. Mild synergy with Spider Babby, or Sissy Longlegs, I should say. Took Deep Pockets. Can also hold the Empress card. We should buy a bomb. We should buy a pill. It's perks. Perks doesn't really do much for us. We can hold that and the Strength card, probably. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Donated as much money as we could, and we'll get the heck out of here, honestly. It's not a good situation, but could be worse. I am wondering, though. I mean, the mark... Oh, that's 3 Spirit Hearts to that same damage on 1 floor. Thank God I at least have the excuse of, well, you know, I was away for a while, so do as I say, not as I do. Still, let's see what we got in here. It's a greed fight. And a lot of money, which is effectively worthless unless I get, like, a burnt penny or something. But, we did get the mark, and it's not like the mark is a shit item. It's a really good item that probably scales us more than the enemy scale, if that makes sense. Like, by picking up the mark, we got more suited for this floor than the enemies got more suited to us. We got stronger than the enemies did proportionally. There you go. That's a bit of a more sane way to explain that seeming phenomenon there. What makes you small is okay. What I could use, though, is just, like, more floors that are like that instead of just the one, you know? That was ballsy. And that time, of course, just a little visual glitch there. 1 bomb does not allow us to get over there. The Parasite, now we're talking. So this is not an amazing item always in its own right. However, the fact that we have Tammy's head to go along with it, a really good rate of fire, it could become an amazing item pretty quickly. And, you know, piercing shots in particular are just going to take it to the next level. That is Hematemesis for the 5,000th time. Creates a lot of red hearts for us, so I'll give it that. And then another... What? Hold up. Did I just forget that this could happen? That you could have a greed fight... They both drop Steam Sale, which is hilarious, but that you could have a greed fight and then greed in your shop as well? Surely you can't have greed in the secret room and greed in the shop. So that is... I guess if you have it in a double key room, it's independent, but... All the greeds who independent, throw your hands up at me. All the mamas with profit dollars, throw your hands up at me, baby. Edmund didn't know greed could get down like that. Tyrone, how your greed gon' get down like that. Spider, how your greed gon' get down like that. Charlie, how your angels get down like that. You guys know, Independent Woman Part 1, Destiny's Child. 99-2000. Classic, man. Oh, bad damage at the end. I'm taking the Polaroid, and I'm not blowing up that Tinted Rock, because we can't. I'm getting the fuck out of this floor as soon as I possibly can. I worry that 5 HP, relatively poor play, and not incredible damage actually puts us in a very scary spot right now. I'm not trying to say that this run has been doomed from the start. It's pretty okay, and I've fucked it up. Like, losing 3 Spirit Hearts by walking on spikes over and over is the definition of sloppy play. I'm just reading the situation as it stands right now. I'm more confident than not that we will win, but less confident than usual that we'll win, if that makes sense. This is basically a roundabout way of saying I believe that we have more than a 50% chance to win. But I like to have an 80% chance to win by this point as a minimum threshold. Okay. You know what would really sell this now? Obviously the Mulligan or a full Guppy transformation or something like that. But Infestation 2 would be off the chain right now. We got double damage spiders. We're spawning a decent amount independently. But to be able to create more every single room, like with our Parasite shots and our Tammy's Head shots, we would be space trucking around the stars. Come on. Okay. You should be able to get in here without touching that red poop. Are we going to play this Demon Judgment? If you know me, same old G, what do you think, I sold them all? You're going to know that I'm going to play this guy. It looks like he played me to start with here. But I'll... Oh, no. Perks. That's where you use the perks. The perks of being a wallflower right here, right here. It's more perks? You can't. What, are you gonna take a quarter of a heart per time? I don't think so. Alright, we got Succubus out of that, which is really good. Now, we should give all money to Bumbo. By the way, the Bumbo pickup is not very good, but it can be amazing in the future if we get to the point where we can actually, you know, get him to max level, or close to it at least. As of right now, I don't think it's particularly amazing. But it could get there in the future fairly easily. That was bad. You know what? That was not bad damage. Mama Gertie's annoying if you can't kill her before she starts to pop off a little. All right, we got next level Bumbo. We got a little bit more HP and all stats upgrade. This is a positive situation. We definitely improved ourselves, especially with the Succubus pickup on that last floor. Sure, yes, there is HP there. I'm kind of operating under the principle that we're probably fairly unlikely to need to pick up HP because we have little Chad. So, you know, that HP should be delivered to me, like home delivery, if you know what I mean. I also picked up some money there. That's my bad. I will take more keys. Am I going to fight Hush? Almost certainly not. They drop more keys back there. You know what? Now I'm not going to take more keys. At 20, I'll take more keys. 21 is my limit. I'm going to walk around keys at this point. You should fear this room. This room can be dangerous. Bumbo, that's yours. I want the bombs. Bumbo, not bombs. That's what I always said when I was back in the anti-nom protests in the late 60s and early 70s. Bumbo, not bombs. Doesn't really work. Drop Bumbo, don't drop bombs. It's not snappy enough. You're never gonna get the people on your side with that. A pill, 48-hour energy. Oh, sorry, Bumbo. It's a bad habit. There's another pill in there? What is that other pill? That's perks, right? We were holding that for a long time. You know, we went to school together. We were best friends. Doesn't ring a bell. You used me to get the Succubus so you didn't, you know, completely fuck up your run? That doesn't sound like it's ringing any bells. Ring My Bell by Donna Summer. That was your classic. We used to sing that all the time together. In fact, I am Donna Summer. No, I'm Donna Summer. Okay, Bumbo, fuck off like a little bit, okay? Oh, yes. I will at least take these, even though it's unlikely to be able to use them too well. Maybe a little cocky, like starting to think that we're popping off more than we actually are, but it's an okay situation. Should have saved the Joker card, too, because we could have gotten a deal with the devil naturally. I don't know, I'm out of practice. That was actually just laziness to pop that Joker card. I got tunnel vision once I saw it. We will not be fighting Hush, by the way. That's my intention, at least, is to not fight Hush. Just because it strikes me as a little bit of a scary situation. Right now, we don't have a ton of HP. We do have a Bumbo that would help us out a lot, but I think we should fear it. We should fear it greatly. We do have a deal with the devil, so that sucks. Let's just head up to our cathedral. I mean, it doesn't suck. I also missed that chest. Sloppy play, man. But at least we're... Well, HP-wise, we're in basically the same situation we've been in for a while, but it's a markedly better situation than the Womb 1 looked. High Priestess versus perks. Or High Priestess versus strength and hold perks. think you could probably find a good excuse to roll High Priestess here and stomp the shit out of death. And then use perks. I mean, I guess we could have used it on the Hush fight, but probably use perks on a room that looks like it'll kill you. That's not our health upgrade, so with that in mind, I'm not going to sweat it too much. Okay, a little surprising. We appear to have found a crawl space / black market. It is a crawl space that has magic mushroom. My god. I took some damage on it, but you know, this is pretty sweet. Double damage. Finally, I would say I feel confident in Tammy's head being the right choice for us. Like, it is now going to do, especially with the Parasite, a lot of damage. As are our tears. Our tears are going to be no joke, but certainly we've started to pop off here. And it took us a little while. Admittedly, there never should have been any anxiety associated with this because I really just took way too much ridiculously fucking stupid damage. And if I had not taken that damage, we would not even be close to being in a bad spot. But with the dumb damage I took, I did raise the actual floor required to hit proficiency on this run. But I didn't raise it past the point of being, you know, doable. That being said, we haven't won the run yet. You never know what kind of horrible mistakes are still in the tank for me here. There's a lot of HP, thankfully. I'll go back and get that, but a little embarrassed by my damage so far. We do have 32 keys. So I'm thinking it's pretty solidly in our court as... Oh, there's a drop in there? Half heart. I'll pick that up. If we get to a full heart, I'm not going to sweat it because we have perks regardless, but... yeah, that's where we want to be. So fuck the curse room for now. Secret room? There was a chance. You got to admit, there was a chance on that one. 8 bombs. Let's check here. Check here. Not necessary. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. Alrighty, alrighty. Grab this. Down to the next floor. I don't want Bubba to have this money. He's spitting out too many troll bombs. Where they at, though? What do you got for me? What do you got for me down here? Hourglass, not that good. Body and Mulligan probably win us the game. Number 2 is okay. Potentially. Your mileage may vary on that one. But I like it. But the Mulligan, especially combined with Hive Mind, it's over, effectively. Especially when also combined with the body, which gives us, like, almost an extra 50% HP at this point. And you know what? Little chat, I'm sorry I called you useless, because at this point you actually are pretty valuable. The fact that you can give us some HP that we can't otherwise give ourselves in our time of need is very nice. Just get one little butt bomb out here, and then you guys should, you know, face the reckoning that is so righteously going to be bestowed upon me. For now, it's just, I mean, it's not really running out the clock. I mean, I don't want to put it in a football sense. I'm not saying that it's, you know, 1st and 1 on the goal line. I'm definitely not saying that, because if it was 1st and 1 on the goal line, it would be 1st and goal, obviously. You know, it's not my first time watching football. I mean, I'm not trying to say that this is, you know, Friday Night Lights, strong hearts, clear minds. What does he say? I don't remember. I've never seen the show. I'm going to be honest with you. But it's pretty easy, is basically what I'm trying to get at. It's a pretty simple situation we find ourselves in here. The bloat is still no joke, but he's maybe like a little, like a knock-knock joke. It's like, it's not really a joke, like nobody's gonna laugh at it, but I mean, you might tell it to a 6-year-old and be like, you know, they'll be surprised at the novelty of the humor involved, the subversion of expectation involved in your typical A-class knock-knock joke. Take our first guppy item, which is sweet, and then also proptosis, and then also full HP plus more HP. Alright, so somebody definitely wanted to ensure that we would not lose our streak on the first run back. And you know what? I appreciate that more than you could possibly understand. I really do. We'll drop perks. We'll drop trow. We'll take a big dump on this run, and we'll come back with renewed vigor, and honestly having worked the cobwebs out a little bit, which I really appreciate having had the chance to do. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.